Hey guys, it's Kyle. Today I wanted to do something a little different and talk about the history of the components of the game. Now, for the longest time, like most Mafia-based games, this was just a card game. We just had the cards that we'd randomly hand out to people, and that was it. Even when we moved to hand people two cards, we would just, hand them two cards, and that was it. Um, However, when I would explain the rules to people, I would often take the deck of cards and just, hold it in my hands and show it to everyone, except this wasn't really practical because no one could see it. So on a whim, at GDC a few years ago, I printed out a bunch of giant cards that I thought would be an okay visual aid. I didn't really know how I was going to use them. Um, just this vague notion that, oh, having something to show people would make things easier to learn. Now, what I didn't anticipate was what happened, though. I had the cards laid out because I was talking to someone about the game, but then I urgently needed to go put away some equipment in another room somewhere. But there was a large group of people ready to play. And I said, okay, you guys wait here. I have to go do this. I'll be right back, though. It'll take like 5 minutes. So I ran away and did my stuff I had to do for something else. And when I came back, the people were sitting in a circle, as is normal for this sort of game, except they had taken all those jumbo cards that were laid out and put them in the middle of the circle, and everyone had looked at them. And while I was gone, they had already looked at them and learned the rules themselves. And this was like amazing. And we got to play the game right off the bat. But what was more amazing was that in this game, no one asked any rules questions. Whenever someone was like curious about something, they would just like lean forward and look at the big cards and like figure it out themselves. It turns out that, as most board game makers have known for like ages, and it took me, years to catch up on, if you give people a visual aid, the game's a lot easier. If you give people like a little cheat sheet. So this is almost like a group cheat sheet. And for that reason, every single WitchHunt game we've played ever since then, we've used these jumbo cards. We've printed them in every single prototype, every single deck we've sent out, except for like, I think once. And all the playtesters like rave about them and demand them. That's the reason why we're including the jumbo cards in every single game as part of this Kickstarter. It really does do wonders to help new players instantly acclimate to the game and understand what's going on. It's also cool because experienced players will use them as a game state reference. They'll flip them, they'll tap them, they'll arrange them, all to like communicate their points and argue and, discuss and play the game. The other interesting thing that happened in the course of WitchHunt's design history was the inherent difficulty of handing someone two cards. This is kind of obnoxious because hiding two cards is a little tricky. It's kind of natural to, hand someone two cards and then like slip and accidentally show one. This wasn't a big problem, but it made everyone uncomfortable all the time, kind of on edge. It just felt awkward. So one day I got fed up with this problem, and I came home and I said, that's it, I'm going to do something to solve it. And somehow I got in my head that the solution was origami. So I got on the internet and I read all this stuff about origami on the sites and learned how to do all these patterns and sat down until I made this special booklet pattern that I adapted from some other little folders that people had made. And this is just a little two-card sleeve that you can put the two cards into and hand to people like a book. And it's very nice and easy to conceal. And it does a fantastic job. We've used them ever since. This is a social stretch goal. So this is the stretch goals based on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Board Game Geek fans. We're really excited to be able to polish up the templates for that and make it freely available to everyone. Unfortunately, it turns out that producing like 10,000 of these in a factory in China costs like $1 gazillion, so we can't include them in every game without like doubling the price. But it's really cheap and easy for people to make them themselves. So we're excited to be able to at least offer that. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll tune in next time.